Hey everyone, have you ever seen a rock and thought, hey, that rock's pretty cool, I'm gonna build a religion around it? Well, if you have, you're not alone. In fact, there were people 2,000 years ago doing exactly that. They weren't crazy. They had good reason to believe that their rocks were special. And we're gonna tell you why. Okay, so these rocks are called beetle stones, and they were considered sacred by a number of different cultures, most of them polytheistic, from the Phoenicians to the Mesopotamians. The Baetyls were usually uncarved stones that were believed to house the presence of a god or many gods. You see, the ancient world was full of mystery. Everything that didn't fit into their understanding of the world, they attributed to the gods. And this stone, falling from the sky, must have seemed like a very literal sign from above. In fact, many scholars believe that the Baetyls were actually meteorites, which are iron-rich stones that fell to the earth from outer space. Back in the day, there was no real scientific understanding of the cosmos. So when people saw a rock fall from the sky, they assumed it was some sort of divine act. And since these stones were often rich in iron, a metal that was associated with power and strength, they were thought to be extra powerful. The beetle stone, known as the Kaaba in Mecca, is still venerated by Muslims today as the first house of worship built by Abraham. Other Baetyls, like the stone of Elagabalus in Syria and the Ampullus of Delphi, were anointed with oil, wrapped in cloth, and placed in temples. Sometimes they were even decorated with flowers and garlands. And though they didn't necessarily have an image of a god on it, they were still treated as if the god himself were present. Unlike the statues and idols that you might see in other religions, there's very little in the way of visual art associated with Baetylic worship. This might be because the Baetyls were considered to be the physical form of the deity itself, rather than just a symbol or an icon. In a way, they were the ancient world's equivalent of a church or a mosque, places where the divine was believed to dwell among the people. We don't know exactly how widespread the worship of the beetle stones was, but we do know that it played a significant role in the religious practices of several ancient cultures. So next time you see a rock monolith, just remember, it might not be just a rock. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. See you next time.